This conference will now be recorded.
अद्य गुरुवासरः अथवा बृहस्पतिवासरः आर्थिक अश्विन कृष्ण षष्ठी दिनांक 8 अक्टोबर 2020 सहस्रयोगम गुटी प्रकरण शंखं चक्रं जलौघां दधमृतघटं चारुदौर्भिर्चतुर्भिः सूक्ष्मस्वच्छातिरुद्यां शुकपरिविलसन् मौलिमं भोजनेत्रं कालाम्भोदोज्ज्वलाङ्गं कटितटविलसच्चारुपीताम्बराढ्यं वन्दे धन्वन्तरं निखिलकदवन प्रौढदावाग्निलीलम् ब्रह्मणो हि समारब्धाम् आत्रेयाद्येषु पूजिताम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् आयुर्वेदरतं वन्दे माधवाख्यं महागुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं शिष्येभ्यो यः प्रदत्तवान् द्रष्टाज्ञानी दृष्टकर्मा कृतकर्मा तथैव च अध्यापको विषक्श्रेष्ठो महान् संशोधकस्तथा गुणैरेतैः समुदितैः यत्कार्यं प्रतनोति सः समृद्ध्यर्थं हि कार्यस्य वयं प्रयतामहे सरस्वत्यै नमो यस्याः प्रसादात् पुण्यकर्मभिः बुद्धिदर्पणसङ्क्रान्तं जगदध्यक्षमीक्षते आत्रेयं प्रथमं वन्दे आयुर्वेदजगद्गुरुम् आयुर्वेदामृतं सर्वं गृहीत्वा हि सुरेश्वरात् अग्निवेशादिकेभ्यो यत् प्रयच्छत् सप्तमः प्रथमं तन्त्रकर्तारम् अग्निवेशं नमाम्यहम्। कैशोर गुग्गुलु त्रिफलायास्त्रयः प्रस्थाः प्रत्येकमुपता भवेत् संक्षुद्य लोहपात्रे तु सार्धद्रोणाम्बुना पचेत्। तर्हि त्रिफलायाः त्रयप्रस्थाः एकप्रस्थात्मिका अमृता संक्षुद्य उभौ इमौ अपि इमौ संक्षुद्य लोहपात्रे द्रोणाम्बुना पचेत् जलमर्धश्रुतं ज्ञात्वा तर्हि अर्धावशिष्टः एव कार्यः स्वाथः गृह्णीयाद् वस्त्रगालितं ततः पात्रे क्षिपेत् शुद्धं गुग्गुलं प्रस्थं संविदम्। तर्हि वस्त्रगालितं क्वाथं कृत्वा तस्मिन् प्रस्थप्रमाणं गुग्गुलं शुद्धं गुग्गुलं क्षिपेत् पुनः पचेत् अयः पात्रे दर्व्यासङ्घट्टयेन्मुहुः पुनः अयः पात्रे मुहुः दर्व्यासङ्घटयन् पचेत् सान्द्रीभूतं च तज्ज्ञात्वा गुडपाकसमाकृते यदा असौ सान्द्रीभूतः स्यात् गुडपाकसमाकृतिः भवेत् चूर्णीकृत्य ततस्तत्र द्रव्याणि इमानि निक्षिपेत्। तर्हि तस्य चूर्णं कर्तव्यं ततोऽनन्तरम् इमानि द्रव्याणि तत्र दातव्यानि। त्रिफला द्विफला ज्ञेया गुडुचि कलिकामता पुनश्च त्रिफला एवं गुडुचि त्रिफला द्विफला गुडुचि एकफला षडक्षं त्रिभुषणं प्रोक्तं विडङ्गं च फलार्धकम् दन्तीकर्षमिता कार्या त्रिवृत्कर्षमिता स्मृता ततः पिण्डीकृतं सर्वं घृतभाण्डे विनिक्षिपेत्। गुटिकाः शाणिकाः कृत्वा युञ्जात् दोषाद्यपेक्षया अनुपानभशं दद्यात् कोष्णं नीरं पयोऽथवा मञ्जिष्ठादिश्रुतं वापि युक्तियुक्तमतः परं जयत् सर्वाणि कुष्ठानि वातरक्तं त्रिदोषज सर्वव्रणांश्च गुल्मांश्च प्रमेह पृष्ठांस्तथा प्रमेह उदरमन्दाग्निकासश्वेतु पाण्डुताः अन्ति सर्वामयान् नित्यम् उपयुक्तो रसायनः कैशोरिकोऽभिधानोऽयं गुग्गुलुः क्रान्तिकारकः वासादीनान् नेत्रगतान् गुल्मादीन् वरुणादीना क्वाथेनकदिरस्यापि व्रणं कुष्ठं विनाशयेत् अम्लं तीक्ष्णमजीर्णं च व्यवायं श्रममातपम् मद्यं रोषं त्यजेत् सम्यक् गुणार्थपुरसेवकः। तो काफी बड़ा पाठ है, फलश्रुति भी काफी वाइड है, इतनी मात्रा में नहीं प्रयोग करते इसका, इन सभी विकारों के लिए नहीं करते हैं। तो त्रिफला द्विफल गुड़ची पलिका Chadaksham Trishan. Trishan Shit 6 Aksha Vidangancha Palardhakam. Ardhapala Vidanga. Danti Karshamitakara Trivut Karshamitas. Danti Karsha Trivut Karsha. Tatak Pindi Krutam Sarvam Grutavande Vinikshite. Then one has to make a pinda and keep in Krutavanda. Gutika Shanika Krutva. So Shana Pramana Gutika should be done. Yunjat Doshat Japekshaya. So according to the dosha, the gutika might be used, etc. Generally in this procedure, the kvata is reduced to half only first and then filtered and then guggulu added and then again to the guggulu. Again paka to be made. And when it becomes like a gudapaka, then the all churnas are added. They have said that this is churni krutya, but this seems difficult because then it has to be dried. And once it is dry, it's difficult to put other churnas into it. So generally, you may take it out, but while it is hot, you put other churnas into it. And then with ghee, we can make gutika by hand. That's a better choice to do. So even while making Shuddha Guggulu, some people use Triphala, not only Triphala but Amruta as well. I used to do this with Vaidya Bhatt sir. He always used not only Triphala but also Amruta with Shuddhi for Guggulu as such. And again, it is in the Kvatha, it is in the Churna. Triphala and Guruchi both are there in Kvatha and in Churna. And Vidanga, Danti, Trivrut, these are also there. And then Anupanam Vishak Dadyat Koshnam Neeram Payotava. So Koshna Neera or milk, which is to be Koshna milk is to be given as Anupana. So kaishora guggul is commonly used for vatarakta, that is for sure. But the Phalashruti is quite wide, and we may try to think of it in varieties of diseases. Manjishthaji Shrutam Vapi Yukti Muktam Ityuktam Atapparam. Or one may give Manjishthaji Kvatha as Anupana. And particularly if we are using it for kushtha, then Manjishthaji is a better choice. And Rakta Dushti is there in Vatarakta and Kushtha, both. Sarvani Kushtani Savatani Sapittani /Kashmani Saraktani Sakrimini Chavanti, that is what Sushatacharya says. So there is Anubandha of Rakta and Kurmi in every Kushtha. So while treating Kushtha, may it be Vichachika, may it be psoriasis, may it be anything else, we have to consider Krumi and Rakta as well. And this is a good, there is Vidanga also in this. And Tryushana, again, it's catalytic action, Pachana also, Dharma is there. So, Manjishthadik, Kaishora Guggulu, with the Anupan of Manjishthadik Vat, it's fine for Kushtha and even for Vatarakta. Sarva Vranamscha Gulmamscha Prameha Pidakams. All Vrana, Gulma and Prameha Pidaka. These are taken care by this. So this we may think even in cancer wounds, I have not thought up till now, but seeing the Phalashruti and being rasayan, this can be used in cancer wounds as well. There are varieties of cancer cases which have this bhedavastha in the end. Breast cancer, oral cancers are very common, but even lymphomas also burst open and they have a wound. And unless and until the cancer is conquered, the wound can't be healed. the wound gets infected, fungated, and then there is a foul smell and pain, severe pain. These are very common, so to say, symptoms. So, nitya means how long. Vardhman may be done. Where is nitya? Gulma, prameha, pidaka, one may try to use Vardhman dose of kaishora guggulu. And Chandra Prabhavati has been used in Vardhman Matra by Mahesh Thakur from Dombivli. I have not used, but may try. We try for particularly obesity. He used it. So all types of Vrana, maybe even in Hansen's we can think of this. I have come across very few cases of Hansen's suffering from wounds, and these are also time taking and very difficult to treat. But anyway, we may think of even Hansen's in that, and Supti is a Lakshan in Hansen's, and Sparshajnanam Asamshayam is associated with Rakta. So this is a good medicine for Rakta, so maybe we try to do this in these patients. Actually, there is a vast scope in Anandavan for treating leprosy patients as such. And though Vikas Amte and his further generation, the allopathic doctor, they can or they support Ayurveda as well. So, and there are cases who are resistant to Dapsone. So they have a problem what to do with these cases. So, if somebody from Nagpur, maybe Sachin Mende, can establish contacts and treat some cases like this, that will be good. Only thing is, it's a social work, so to say. And from Nagpur, it's 2 to 3 hours journey as such to Anandavan. Hemalakasa is too interior, so that again is a bit problematic as such. But Sarvani Kushtha and Vatarakta Sarva Gulma prameha pidaka. Even in prameha pidaka, this can be thought. Pramehodara mandangni kasa shvetu panditaha. Nitya mukto rasayanaha. Okay. So prameha, udara, mandangni, kasa, shvetva and pandu. So shvetva and pandu both are covered. So we may think of this also. Particularly shvetva and pandu, so we may try to use in CKD as well. Netra and vatarakta, sandhigata vata problems seen together as arthritis complications. Yeah. So, we may have to think of using this. Now, this is very rare, vatarakta and netratog, a combination of these two. So, in specific conditions, we may try, or even in prameha, retinopathy, diabetic retinopathy may be handled with this. So, Shvetva and Panduta, Mandagni, all these are common in this CKD. So, and it's good for Rakta and Rasayana. So, Nitya Mukto Rasayana. So, one can use it on regular basis and it is Rasayana. Kaishoriko Vidhanoyam. guggulu kantikark. So this is called as kaishorika, and this is kantikark. So it improves kanti. So in kushtha, later on there might be just discoloration remaining at the places of kushtha, and we generally try to give elagitel or kumkumadilekam to take care of those spots. But this kaishora guggul might also be useful internally. गुगळाचे पचन होण्यासाठी घृताची आवश्यकता असते, त्यामुळे रसायन म्हणून औषधी घृताचा अनुपात म्हणून वापर करावा. Do you know the reference for ghrita to be associated with guggulu? We can use, of course, ghrita, there is no doubt. And for pitta pradhan rakta dushti mahatikta se ghrita is a better anupan. For vata pradhanya we can go for guggulu ghrita. And kapha pradhanya we may think of something different, chitrakari ghrita might be, or something else. But anyway, ghrita can be used as anupana, there is no doubt about that. Vasadina netragadan gulmadin varunadina. So this vasadi, I don't know, vasaguruchi tripala katvini bunda nidosha, this is in pandu rogacha. Whether this is expected or some other vasadi part is expected that we may think of. Gulmadin varunadina, and varunadik vata for gulmadi. So this might be thought of even in cancer, that is another important aspect. Vaidya Someshwar Bhatt, the father of Narendra Bhatt, was diagnosing cancer patients as prameha pidaka and was treating them on the basis of prameha pidaka. This is one of the inputs that I received from Kodakar sir. So, and there is association of prameha seen with cancer in many cases. This might just be coincidence, or this might be having some link between these two diseases, particularly cancer and diabetes. Generally, when we are keeping the patient only on milk diet, the sugar level drops down and gets controlled on its own. There is no another need to give some medicine for sugar. And then we can stop anti-diabetic drugs. That is my experience in many cases. So we may have to think about this. In Vasadi Falashruti, there is no netratog. There might be another Vasadi part in netrarogadika. We try to see. And since this is a guggul and associated with Vata and Rakta, we may think of diseases like Hatadimantha, etc. in netrarog to treat these cases. Now, there are very rare cases of netratog with me, but those who are practicing ophthalmology in Ayurveda may keep this in mind. So, Gulmadin Varunadina, Varunadi is again a good combination. Vathena Kadirasyatik Varnan Pushtam Vinashay. And with Kadirak Vata, it conquers Varana and Kushtha. So Khadira is Kushthagnanam Agryam. So that is Agriya in Kushtagna. And Khadirak Vata might be used, we are not using. Amlam Tikshnam Ajiranancha Vivayam Shramam Atapam Madhyam Rosham Tejet Samyak Gunartha Purasevaka. So Purasevaka, Pura is guggulu. One who is consuming guggulu should avoid all this. Amla, Tikshna, Ajirana, Vyavaya, Shrama, Atapa, Madhya, and Rosh. So these things are to be avoided as apatya. And then one can use these. Antarkar sir worked on guggulu, and particularly Yograj guggulu for arthritis. And he said one karsha, that is the dose of Yogaraj guggulu, that should be used in that quantity. And it acts as anti-inflammatory, reduces the swelling and relieves pain. In what dose do you use guggulu, Kalpana? My dose is very small. So I might be using 60 or 120 milligram maximum dose of guggulu in my puri or something. And that's not only kaishora guggulu or Sivanath guggulu or whatever it may be. It is associated with some other medicines. So if you are damn sure that this is going to be the medicine and this is the appropriate dose, then you can prescribe. Better option is to have a reliable source of medicines, and then we can use it. अधिक काल वापरला गेला तर विषातत्व उत्पन्न करतो म्हणून रसायन म्हणून वापरताना अनुपान वापरत असावेत असे वाटते. I don't know where the reference is. You put the reference why Gurta is to be used as Anupana. From where did you read or something like that? So guggulu is lekhana basically, but combined with bruhana dravya, it can create bruhana as well. So at least it can take care of sotarodha, it can take care of agrimandya, that is for sure. So what I feel right now, it's better to use guggulu kalpa with effectively. Datar Guruji was practicing Pa and Shva, were named two. Guru Palatrikadi is not in the text, it is his, so to say, discovery. Shodashtati Guru is there in use as well. But he made some alterations in the part and then practiced it. That is one important aspect. And if we get proper the made guggulu, that is great. नवीन गुग्गुळ ग्रहण करतो पुराण वस्तू अतिलेखन महाप्रकाश. That is true, but we don't know what we are getting in the market as such. Now Sonali Shinde has planted guggulu in her farm in this her place near this Sasquatch. Guggulu is avrushya, hence maybe with Buddha. I'm not sure whether guggulu is avrushya. Of course, it is not in the list of the apavada. Mrita patolivyam shunti kushtha rasayan. Can somebody put the shloka of guggulu? The properties and actions of guggulu. Then we better understand it. Maybe from Bhavaprakash, maybe from any other text. Guggulu itself is rasayana, yeah. So better we try to understand the effects of guggulu. So Purasevaka is guggulu sevaka. He should be avoiding all these. That is what is expected. So there are few varieties in which guggulu is associated with lekhan, other lekhan or kshapana dravyas, and few varieties with santarpana bruhana dravyas, and it can perform both the functions. That is for true. Now this with particular anupana, we can use it for a particular disease. This is again a different issue, and this is particularly true for अरे बापरे. गुग्गुलुर्देवधूपश्च जटायुः कौशिकः पुरः कुम्भोलूखलकं क्लीबे महिषाक्षः पलङ्कषः महिषाक्षो महानीलः कुमुदः पद्म इत्यपि हिरण्यः पञ्चमो ज्ञेयो गुग्गुलुः पञ्चजातयः. So there are 5 types. Bhunganjana Mahishaksheti Svithamalastu Vidneha Swanama Samalakshanaha Kumadah Kumadavasyat Padmo Manikya Sandivaha Hiranyakshastu Hemabha Panchanam Dingamiritam Mahishaksho Mahanilo Gajendranam Hito Gajendranam Hayanam Kumadah Padmaha Swastharogya Paro. Haya is Ashwa. Visheshana Manushanam Kanaka Parikirtitaha. So for people, man, it is Kanaka. Kadachid Mahishakshascha Yatak Kaishindranama. So even Mahishaksha is used. Generally Mahishaksha is used. I am not sure whether Kanaka Guggulu is available in the market. Guggulur Vishada Stikto Viryoshna Pittalasaraha. So Vishada Tikta Viryoshna Pittalasara Kashaya Katuka Pake Katu Ruksho Laghu Paraha. So Katurasa, Kashaya Katurasa, Vipaka Katu, Ruksha, Laghu and Paraha. Bhagna Sandhan Kurat Brushya. So it is Brushya, not Abrushya. So Bhagna Sandhana Kurat, so useful in Astivanga. Brushya, Sukshma Swaryo Rasayana. Sukshma Swarya and Rasayana. Deepana Pichlo Balyaha, Kapavata Vranapachihi. Deepana Pichila and Balya. Pichila is itself Balya and still it is more Balya. So Bala etc. have this Bala, Shatavari, Guruchi, all have Pichila Gunadharma. And Pichilo Jivano Balya. Pichila is Jivana and Balya. So it acts on Rakta, it acts on Nausidhatu, both. Kapavata Vranapachihi, Medo Mehama Vatamscha, Mehashma Vatamscha, Mehama Vatamscha might be. Leda Kushtha Marutam. So Meda Meha Amavata Leda Kushtha Amavaruta hai. So Ashma and Vata, that might be the thing. Pidaka Granthi Shofar Sho Gandamala Kruminje. It is visible in Gandamala as well. Pidaka Granthi Shofa Arsha Gandamala Kruminje. So this is particularly for Guggulu. Madhuryat Chamayat Vatan Kashayat Vachapittaha Tiktatvat Kapajittena Guggulu Sarvadosha. So this is again specific. It is Vidosha Shamaka. Though by Guna it's Katurasa, Katuvipaka, Ushnavirya, etc. This might be Pitta Prakopaka to certain extent. So Nava Bruhano Vrushaha Puranas Prati Lekhana. So Nava is Bruhana and Vrusha, Purana is Atilekhana. Snigdha Kanchana Sankasha Pakpagambu Palopamaha Nutano Guguru Prokta Sugandhani Yastu Pichilaha. So Kanchana Sankasha Pakpajambu Palopama. This is Nutana Guguru Sugandhi Yastu Pichilha and Pichila Shushko Durgandakaschaiva Teksa Prakriti Varnakaha Purana Satu Vidyayo Gugulu Virya Vartita. So Shushka Durgandakash Tekta Prakriti Varna, that is Purana, that is Virya Varjita Gugulu. Amlam Tikshna Majiranacha Vavayam Shravam Atapam Madhyam Rosham Tajit Samyak Gunarthi Purasevakaha. गुडीची शोधन त्रिफलाकवाद दशमूलकवाद आणि दूध मध्ये करता येतं. गुगुल शोधन त्रिफलाकवाद दशमूलकवाद आणि दुधामध्ये करता येते. Yeah, but generally it is trifalakvad. Dashamulakvad one may use. It's very controversial getting proper dashamula is quite difficult. And Guruchi, this was the tradition of Vaidya Ashok Bhatt. According to Mahaprakash, guggulu is Grushya. Yeah. पण दुधात शोधन केल्याने ते टिकत नाही जास्त. Okay. If madhya tyajet with guggulu, then we cannot use asvarishta. Yeah. So manjishtadi kadha, that is to be prepared fresh. In that case, we may not give it as asava arishta with that. And there is some difference between madhya and asava. यथाद्रव्य गुणवरिष्ठा सर्वमध्ये गुणाधिकः. But anyway, we may have to think about that. If Pichile Jivaniya and works on Rakta, then will Bilva be also Jivaniya? May think of, and there is a tradition of using Bilva Kashaya for hypertension, and it might be working on that. Guggulu Rasapanchaka is Tikta, Katu Ushna. Tikta Katu Ushna. So basically, Tikta Katu Kashaya, all these are there, and Vipaka is Katu, and still it is Vrishya, so and Rasayan. So this is quite strange as compared to other dravyas like Maricha, etc. Katu Ushna. Maricha is Avrushya. So as compared to that, this is Tikta Kashaya Katu and Ushna Vidya, and still Rasayana and Vachikarana both are Vrishya. So we may have to think about this guggulu, and now there are efforts to plant guggulu in India, because guggulu used to come from Afghanistan and Pakistan very easily, and now this trade is coming to an end. Still, we can get it from Afghanistan, there is no doubt. But again, there are unrest in these countries. So better to have our own cultivation, and Rajasthan is a good land for guggulu. So one can think of plantation of guggulu in Rajasthan or in such deserted lands, even in Maharashtra as such, where there is very low rainfall, and that should be fine. So anyway, what I feel that with a particular anupana, Madhurya Chamed Mata, yeah. So this is Madhura Rasa is also there. Anyway, this is Tridosha Shamaka, there is no doubt. I remember Son Patak sir once told that guggulu should not be used for more period. I will check reference by which he told. May have to think about this, because anyway, Ati Sarvatra Varjayat, this is a common sense. And when the particular purpose is served, then we may stop it or something like that. Shirakutabhyasa Rasayananam is a better choice to do. But after reading the wide Falashruti, Ruksha Guna, yeah, that is possible. We can think of using kaishora guggulu in varieties of cases. Mangesh, do you prepare this kaishora guggulu? Is Mangesh present? Of course, Arvind Kadus and other people are making guggulu on a regular basis. So with Gurta, maybe reason that is fine. But there is no mention about taking Dhruta with that, and maybe this might be a tradition, but we may have to think about this separately. So anyway, what I feel, we may think of using more guggulu in our day-to-day practices. अधिक काल वापरल्यास शुक्रघ्न ठरतो असे मी पण ऐकले आहे. नक्की रेफरन्स आठवत नाही. But we are thinking of kaishora guggulu right now, and kaishora guggulu is having many other rasayan dravyas. Triphala is there, guruchi is there, and then vidanga is there, and guggulu itself is rasayana. So we can use kaishora guggulu particularly in varieties of patients actually, and may consider this in vatarakta, kushtha, purana guggulu lekhan karto. So that will be better. In chikungunya, joint pain is for prolonged period. In this situation, how to use guggulu and which one? So we can definitely think of this kaishora guggulu. I have been using Chopchinyadi churna, considering it as a sankramaka disease, which is a medicine for syphilis, gonorrhea, Chopchinyadi. But since it spreads from one person to another person, this might be used. And Gavadagni has used Champakadi Agada in dengue and chikungunya, considering the spread by the mosquitoes. And Raktapachak is also one of the important medicines for chikungunya or dengue. And we definitely can think of kaishora guggulu in this situation. So I try to use more guggulu pidaka gurta or pancha pitta gurta guggulu in this condition, but maybe kaishora is a better choice. And we can use it. Post herpes pain मध्ये kaishora देता येईल का? If it is pain, then it might be given. I have used Suvarna Bhupati for pain. Polyphers are also used it once. So if it is more daha, then ekata sarvakarmani raktamokshanam ekata, that is the treatment, and application of leeches helps. But if it is a pain factor that is more, then we have to understand vata pradhanya, and we may give guggulu as well. I think there is one patola the guggulu. I don't remember. That might be used in Visarpa for relieving pain. Especially face lesions as eyes are involved. Difficult to say, but I don't know whether there is eyesight is directly affected with this. There can be visarpa around eyes. It is found around neck, around chest, around waist and even in legs. So these are the common sites for this. And Adavavi Visarpeshu Hitam Langana Rukshanam. So the initial treatment is Langan and Rukshana. And one can go directly for Vamana. If it is in Urdhva Chaturvata, maybe chest, maybe neck, maybe face, etc. Then I have used practically Vamana in every patient. And without any Sneha and Svedan, the woman goes well. And immediately there is relief in Visarpa. Vaidya Parthakala is preparing guggulu with Granthokta procedures with high quality Madhya Pradesh guggulu. Okay. So maybe we try to get. Even Lakshadi guggulu is used for long term. Yeah, we will be coming across varieties of guggulu. Anyway, this is first kaishora. गुगुल शुद्धी करताना सर्षप तेल वापरल्यास गुगुल जास्त टिकतो आणि त्याचे कार्यकारित्व वाढते. रेफरन्स वैद्य धामणकर सर. सर्षप तेल. If it is from Dhamankar sir, औषध निर्माण, this is very authentic source, very experienced person. So we have to think about this Sarshapa Tela. I have not seen actually. घृत हे अनुपान वृद्ध वैद्य आधार असावा, तरी पण काही रेफरन्स मिळाला तर उद्या बघून सांगते. ओके फाईन. वासादि काळा नेत्ररोग रेफरन्स चारंगर संहिता मध्यम खंड. ओके, कॅन यू पुट द इंग्रेडियंट्स? विसर्पामध्ये वमनासाठी कोणते द्रव्य वापरतात? यष्टी मध्ये 5. That's all. Yeah. In most of Google, approximately 50% is of Google. So while using Google Kalpana, basic indication should be of Google to other ingredients used act as vehicle for Google, told by Vaidya Thakur Mahesh in one of his lectures. No, this is like Kajali or something like this. So Gugulu has its own properties, there is no doubt. And when it is mixed with some other dravya, it enhances the qualities of that other dravya. So it works as a catalytic action. And maybe the combination itself is a super thing. And it can get combined with varieties of other medicines and can be effectively used in varieties of diseases. So we may have to think about the properties of gugulu and properties of other ingredients in a particular combination, and then try to think about this. So anyway, what I feel right now is with particular anupana, it is helpful in particular diseases. This is again a specificity of particular action. A particular action gets triggered with the specific anupana, and that can be used in particular diseases. Sane sir said that due to late yield time of guggulu tree, the roots are given electric current so that resin comes out early. Good trees give yield after 10 years. This is strange. So actually these kinds of practices should be stopped, really speaking, but one should rely on natural practices if it is available after 10 years, and how many years does it give, that we have to see and wait for that. Vasa vrusha vishva amruta darvi rakta chandan chitrak bunimba nimba putki patola trifala musta yava indra yava kutaja 17 ingredients. Combination is quite strange. Okay, let us see this patola dikvata. Actually, there are many ghanasaras of these kinds of pathas, and that's a better choice. And even if we add Shodashash Kajali to this Dhanasara, then the shelf life will increase, as what Mama Gokul did in Sukshma Tripara. So, this might be a better option. And recently I heard that spray dry method with solar system is also available. I'm not aware about the quantity, etc., the price and the time required. It of course will depend on the bright sunlight. If the sunlight is bright, then this might be useful. But in place of spray dry method, we may go for decoction and then further into the solar dried system, Ganasara, making Ganasara, and then putting some more powder, and or we can go for Dhanasara with some powder, additional powder, and make tablets. That will be great. And in that scenario, if we use Kajali, then it will have more shelf life. That is true. So anyway, Tiripila Amruta Kwatha, then Shuddha Guggulu, boil it till it gets spark, and then add Triphala Guruchi Triushana, Viranga Danti Trivrat, Chana, with the above drugs taken in and administered. Sarva kushtha tridosha vatarakta sarva vrana gulma prameha pidaka prameha udara agnivandya kasa shwetu pandu kantikark vasadi kashaya. Chaitanya Pharmacy has adopted this in their new plant. Good. So we may try to make a visit to Chaitanya Pharmacy in Nashik. If they have adopted solar system, that is fine. They have varieties of ghana, that is true. So is any होते ना ते इव्हॅपोरेट होऊन बाहेर निघून जायला पाहिजे असं असं या ड्राईंगला ड्राईंगला त्याच्याकडे असं anyway, we'll try to see. Has anybody used medicines from Chaitanya Pharmacy on a regular basis? That can be dose reducing, except if we go particularly for this. Yes. Okay, fine. Guruchi Ghana. Yes, sir, good results. So many people have used it. गुणीचे घन वाटत छान आहे. दशमूळ घन I use. Talc binder म्हणून वापरतात. So actually there is no need of binder. And if we want to make tablets by hand, actually Vaisakar Bhave was doing this by hand. Now when we have to go for mass scale, then one has to go for. So त्यावर ingredients मध्ये मेन्शन केलेलं असतं. घनसारामध्ये actually there is no need of binder. रिंगणी घन पण खूप छान काम करते. Okay. So we may have to think about this. And anyway, we'll talk about that. So gulma varnadi kashaya, netratog vasadi kashaya, varna kushtha khadiradi kashaya. Avoid amla tikshna dravya ajivna dravya. Ajivna is to be avoided, right? Dravya. Shrama, atapa sevana, madhya and rosha, etc. during the course of treatment. Amruta guggulu. प्रस्थमेकं गुडुच्चाश्च अर्धप्रस्थन्तु गुग्गुलोः. One prastha guducha and अर्ध prastha guggulu. Yeah, 100% ghana nasto, that is true. But major is ghana, and just for making tablet one can put powder. That should be fine. Recently they have introduced all pachaka ghana also. They are also very good. Okay. Kalpana Shinde is preparing bhavana yukta pachaka. So giving bhavana of the same, and these are given 7 times, I suppose. So this is again a good thing, using pachaka with bhavana or these kinds of things, ghana, that will be better. Anyway, pratyekam trifalayaश्च tat pramanam vinideshet. Guggulu, guduchi, trifala, sarvam ekatra sankshuddhya, trifala, amruta, and then sankshuddhya kwathen nalvanem घसी पादशेषम परिश्राव्य पुनरग्नम अधिश्रिये. So kwatha and padashesha, it is to be kept 1/4. पुनः अग्नौ अधिश्रेत तावत् पचेत कषायन्तु यावत् सांद्रत्वम् आगतम्. And till it becomes sandra, then you have to boil it. दन्तिभ्योष विरंगानि गुडुचि त्रिफलान्वितं ततश्चार्धफलं पूतं गृह्णीयाच्च प्रतिप्रति. कर्षन्तु त्रिवृतायाश्च सर्वम् एकत्र चूर्णे तस्मिन् सुसिद्धं विज्ञाय कवोष्णे निक्षिपेत् पितः. कवोष्णे ततश्चाग्निबलं ज्ञात्वा तस्य मात्रां प्रयोज्य वतारक्तं तथा कुष्ठं गुदजानि अग्निसाधनं दुष्टव्रणं प्रमेहांश्च आमवातं मगन्धरम्. So the part is not very different from kaishora guggulu. So amrutadi guggulu and kaishora guggulu. It has been said that kaishora guggulu returns kaishora avastha to the body. So wherever we want to stop degeneration, dhatu, paka, rakta, tushti, and bring in dhatu samya, in rakta, asti, sandhi, snayu, here we may think of kaishora guggulu as rasayana for long duration. Papeshwar uses guruchi dashamula shodhita guggulu or kaishora guggulu, I think. So I was also thinking of this kaishora name, and not only kaishora avastha, but this might be used in kaishora avastha as well. Now kaishora is adolescence age, maybe for male and maybe for females. And there are varieties of things that are happening around this age, and it is Vrishya and rasayan as such. Then this might be used in PCOD in kaishora avastha. So PCOD problem begins generally after the menarche and may continue for a prolonged period. So the name kaishora suggests that this might be good for kishora. I think there is one book published by Ayurveda Aspect Dombili, Kali Umaltana, and that should be available. And they have given various stages of woman life, Mugdha, Bala, Kishori, etc. I don't remember exactly. And where is the reference as such in some Sanskrit literature as such. Kalidas Gruhini Sachiva Sakhi Mitapriya Shisha Vidite Kalavido has written this particular shloka. Kumar Sambhavam. But there are various stages of this women life. So किशोर अवस्थेत येणाऱ्या मुखदुष्टिकेसाठी कैशोर गुगुल उपयुक्त ठरेल. Yeah, that is true. So we may have to think for the hormonal imbalances that are taking place, particularly in Kishora Avastha and maybe PCOD and this Tarunya Pitika, Yavana Pitika. Sukumara Kakashaya plus Kaishora Gugulu will be lovely combination. Sukumara Kakashaya. You are going by the name Sukumara. Or Gruta, because again, if we are going to use Kashaya, it is having Madhya Asava. Sukumaraka Gruta might be useful, that should be fine. But may have to think. Anyway, this is something new thought process. I may try to elaborate more on tomorrow. Let us conclude today. आयुर्वेद प्रकांडो निगदितैः शल्यतंत्र प्रधानः शिष्येभ्यः शाश्वतोऽयं निखिलजनकृपा व्याप्तचित्तेन येन आयुर्वेदस्य वाञ्छन् पुनरपि भुवने काञ्च सुष्ठु प्रतिष्ठां श्रेष्ठं धन्वन्तरिं तं प्रणमति च सदा वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम् वैद्यवर्गो हि नूनम्. So this Sunday there is this workshop particularly for BMS graduates. So those who want to register should immediately register. And